Hi everyone, just popping on to show you how to do the, I lost them now, the wallet style albums. I'll show you the ones that I mean. I showed you this one the other day. This is the bigger one. This one measures 8 by 4, I think it is. And that opens out like that and like that. But today I'm going to be showing you how to do the smaller one. The smaller ones are, I think, a little bit cuter, and the main purpose for them is to like go in your handbag or whatever to show people photos of your loved ones or whatever. So you tend to do like a lot of boy girl albums, things like that. But this one I did, again, this one is 6 by 4, and that opens like that, and then flips again. Okay, this one, like I say, it's exactly the same process. I'll come on and show you the bigger style one after this video, but I thought I'd bring you this one first. So what you're going to need is some sheets of cardstock. Now you can choose whatever papers you use. Obviously you can choose whatever colour you want to go as your basis. Like for this one, because I had pink papers, I chose brown. For this one, because I had bluey papers, I chose white because it's a better base. But like I say, it all depends on what sort of colours you're going for. And this colour I'm going for is because I use the papers from Christopher Robin, the embossed papers. So right, so what you're going to need then is you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock, and they need to measure 12 inches by 3 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so you need 2 of those. Then what you're going to do with this, I'll tell you what you need first then. So you need 2 of those. So it's 12 inches by 3 7/8. Okay, then you're going to need the main body of your album is 12 by 6. Okay, so I will score them with you now. I have prepped everything ready because my videos can only last 25 minutes. So I've done everything with you. So you pop it in your scoreboard the other way. Okay, and you score at 1/2 inch and 6 1/4. Okay, and you do that on both sides, both pieces, sorry. So you do that. Okay, that's that. Stuck to my post-its. And then for the main piece, which is 12 by 6, you score at, which is here at, yeah, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, and then we go over to 7 3/4 and 8. Okay, so that's your pieces. So I'm going to move my scoreboard out of the way now so that we can fold them all up together. So again, 12 by 6, score it at 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 7 3/4 and 8, and then 2 pieces of 12 by 3 7/8, and you score it at 1/2 inch and then 6 1/4 inches. Good. Just grab my foam folder. Right, so I've folded up one, and they should come out like flips. So you push that one in, and then that will stick on your album like that with the tab. Okay, so you need to do that twice. So you need to do it with this one. So Finish that. Finish that. Right, now, because you're taking a 12-inch piece of cardstock and you're scoring it for that to sort of flip over halfway, what you do find is that if your paper isn't sort of, because 12 by 12 are never exact, so sometimes you get a little bit of an off measurement. So what you wanted to do is you want it to not be bowing against this. You don't want it bowing because it's not going to close properly. So what I did was on each end, on each of the flip ends here and here, I took off about a 1/16 of an inch off the side, just so that it closes up nicely against that, and that can fold over there, because that's what you wanted to do in the album. You want it to flip over and come out nicely. So just take off a 1/16, maybe even less than a 1/16, and you should be okay then. You should find that all right. So yeah, so what I did then as well is I also, where is my rounder? I corner rounded, because I like to have round corners, so I corner rounded the ends of the flaps and my main body as well. So we'll burnish these folds now to make the main part of the, make sure it's straight. And there, it gives you like a quarter. See that, the 1/4 inch there. It just helps it to sort of fold over and give you a little bit of room so that you can fill it with photos. Okay, and this flap goes over, and so then you will have what looks like, get it to go. Okay, so that comes up there and goes over there like that. And looking at that now, that looks as if it's going to butt against that. But doesn't that do that one with that one then? Sorry, just checking because I haven't. Oh yeah, it does go up as far as there. Right, okay. Yeah, it's fine. Sorry, it just looked a little bit too far up then, like it wasn't gonna join properly, but it will, because we'll close it with magnets. I mean, you can close it with anything you want to close it with. It's up to you. You can close it with a bow or magnets or Velcro dots. We'll be doing it with magnets today. So yes, so that's your main base. So then these, what happens with these is you pop them in. This is why you make this 3 7/8 of an inch, because you want it to fit nicely in between your two score lines. You don't want it to be on the score line, and you don't want it to be over the score line either side. You just want it to be right smack bang in the middle. Okay, you do that one, and then you do the same then for the other side, that one. Okay, so I'll do that with you now. Let's grab my glue. I tend to use wet glue for this sort of thing. It just gives it a little bit more, you got a little bit more wiggle room and things to use. I still use Tombow glue because I like it. So you want to get these in before you mat. I mean, you can mat these if you wanted to, but you need to get these in before you mat this piece then. So I'm going to pull this closer to me now because I don't want to get this out of shot. Make sure it lines that way, and make sure it doesn't go over there. Just want it on there. Give that a finish done. Flip that out and make sure that's stuck there. So, can you see there's the gap there, there's a gap there. Okay, and then what you want to do is, if you leave that one in, you can line up the other one then. Quite easy. Guys, again, you want it in the middle and line it up with your other one here. It's the best thing to do. And I'm right in there. Oops. Finish. And that one will finish down. And there you have it. One goes in, one goes in. And where I said like about it closing properly, see if you add a little bit too much there, it's going to bow and like make your paper bowed. So yeah, just by taking off that little extra, just allows it to fold up nicely then. And it's up to you whether you have the top flap coming over, so it's longer, or whether you have the shorter flap coming over like that. I prefer it like that, if I'm honest, because I think it fits a bit better. But just make sure your edges are straight there. That one is a little bit crooked for my liking, and I can't move it now, but you'll have to do. Right, so that's the main part of the book. Okay, so that was pretty straightforward. And then to decorate, then it's entirely up to you. Like I say, I've cut all my pieces ready. I'll tell you what you need. So you've got for the is that the right one now? Yeah, for the flips inside, which is here, you need 8 pieces. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you need 8 pieces, and these need to measure 3 5/8 by 5.5. Now again, it's entirely up to you. I like to leave a little bit of the border around showing through, so you can measure these however you want to decorate it really, but those are the measurements that I'll be using. When it comes to this bit here, I've measured them all at 3 5/8 by 5.5 because it's easier to cut them all like that. But when it comes to this bit, you might find that that might be a little bit less than 5.5 because we've chopped that end off. So it might be just a little bit under 5.5 just to get you a nice same border on either side there. Okay, so like I say, when you come to decorating your papers, you'll know. So those are the flips inside. For your back panel then, which is this side, you need this to measure 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Your middle mat, which is the one inside, is there like that, and that is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. Oh, I think I got that. That's my middle mat. My bottom flaps. There. So your bottom flaps here and on the other side, these are 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then you've got the smaller ones on top then, because that one is a little bit smaller, and they are 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, and I've just put a little sticky note on there to remember to put in your magnets, because obviously if you forget to do your magnets, you're obviously going to have to use dots or whatever. So I will do the magnets with you, and then I'll pause the video and I'll finish up the rest then. Okay, like I say, I'll see how I'm doing for time as well, because I don't want to bombard you with things. So if I just put that, do I want that as my top? Yeah, I wanted that one as my top and that one as my top there. So I want you magnets. So if I can find any. So put these in here like that. Grab this piece around. So you want your magnets to be sort of here and here. The reason I'm doing two is because my magnets are tiny, tiny, tiny. So I've got these, I don't know if you can see them there, but they are tiny. So I've got tiny magnets. So I'm going to put two just to give it that extra bit of strength. And you've probably seen people doing this billions of times. Stick one in the middle there. And one in the middle there. Okay, and then I'm going to cover that. So I'm going to take my post-its off, take the backing paper off my tape. I just use double-sided sticky tape. You can use liquid glue or whatever you want, it's up to you. Bear in mind I have my magnets now. Don't forget, if you've got directional paper, obviously you need to make sure that you're in the right sort of, you know, because when your flaps open up, that's where you want people to see and not that way. So I'm just going to pull it this way because it's easier for me to line up. I'm going to turn that the other way around. Oh, what I'm going to do is just pop a little bit over these magnets, just to keep them secure. Take that off there, and that off there. Okay, and pop that down there like that. I tell you what, there is one thing I've forgotten to do. Because I've rounded my corners here, I wanted this part rounded too. So I'll do that now. Hope I don't get any sticky stuff in my corner rounder. Does help if you... This is just a corner rounder from Stampin' Up. Okay, so that's that. You just give it a nice border around. Like so. Okay, so that's the top. And then what you want to do then is close it up. So you want to get your magnets on there. So to do that, you need to find your magnets. There and there. And then you want some glue dots. You always find these things are a pain in the backside. Because they don't like to come off. It's easier to do them with your finger sometimes. Okay, so you got to close that up tight, nice and straight. Make sure the bottom edge is straight so that your magnets will close properly. And then push them down. And hopefully they stick to the bottom, which you can never ever know what's going to happen. Yeah, there we are. Right, And then you want to screw those down straight away, because you don't want them going anywhere. And then put one of your bottom panels on. Now I wasn't sure which bottom panel I wanted. I think I'm going to have that one there. And or shall I have that one there coming over there? Yeah, I think I'll have that one actually. So this one, I'll just do this one with you, and then I'll pause the video and I'll put all the mats down onto the other flips, and then I'll come back on and show you how we're getting on. Again, I should have done it all before really, but I forgot to go around on my, so they're round, so I'm going to round the tops of these. I'm not going to do it that way though, because I'm getting stuck. Okay, so then you want to just line it up. Look at my head in the short, just so you've got a nice border all the way around. Cover up those magnets, and hey presto. Okay, so your magnets are there, that's flipped, that's there, and that's covered. So I'll pop on the other mats now, and then I'll come back straight back to you. Okay, so let me pop the video on pause. Okay, so I've got 3 minutes left, so I'm going to quickly go over this with you. So I decorated the front. I used these pearl dots and these stickers. I used one of my Stampin' Up! Punches to just punch out this little saying here, nobody can be uncheered with a balloon. One of these is the stickers from that pack there, and I've just popped on some of the pearls. So it opens up like this, busy doing nothing, that way, like that, like that, like that, and then that way, like that, that, and that. Okay, and like so you can add stickers and pockets and things like that into these, but you don't want to make them too bulky because obviously they won't close very well. But yeah, so that's what I made. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you give this video a thumbs up. I will pop all the measurements in the description below as well, just in case you didn't catch any, because I know my accent can be a bit difficult to understand sometimes. But yeah, I'll pop them all in the bottom. So I'll speak to you all guys soon. Thank you. Bye.